Look at your hand for a moment, turn it over. Watch the lines on your palm, the texture of your skin, the subtle movement of your fingers. It feels solid, doesn't it? It feels like this is where you end and the rest of the world begins. We are taught from a very young age that we are biological machines, flesh and bone, limited by genetics, limited by our environment, limited by gravity. We are told that reality is something that happens to us, a chaotic series of events that we must simply survive. But deep down, in the quiet moments of the night, haven't you felt a whisper suggesting otherwise? A sensation that this physical vessel is too small to contain all that you are. That whisper is the truth trying to break through. The first step to true transformation is accepting a radical premise. You are not your body. You have a body, certainly. It is a magnificent instrument, a biological suit that allows you to navigate this three-dimensional plane. But confusing the pilot with the plane is a dangerous error. If you believe you are only the vehicle, you become a slave to its maintenance and its limitations. Think of an iceberg floating in the freezing ocean. Above the water you see a majestic peak of white ice. This is your physical self. It comprises your body, your 5 senses, and the tangible actions you take. It is the visible 10% of who you are. But underneath the surface, hidden in the dark, vast depths, lies the other 90%. This submerged mass consists of 2 profound layers. First, the mental self, the realm of your intellect, your imagination, your memories, and your thoughts. And deeper still, the spiritual self, the energy that animates you, the seat of your emotions, your intuition, and your connection to something far greater, the quantum field, the universe, or the collective unconscious. The tragedy of modern life is that we spend all our energy polishing the tip of the iceberg, obsessed with appearances and material outcomes, while completely ignoring the massive structure beneath that actually dictates our course. Here lies the secret that mystics have known for millennia and that quantum mechanics is now beginning to describe in the language of science. The reality you perceive is not a fixed, solid thing. It is a mirror. Imagine standing in front of a mirror in the morning. You see that your hair is messy. Do you reach out and try to comb the reflection in the glass? Of course not. That would be madness. You know that to change the reflection, you must change the source. You must comb your own hair. Yet, in life we constantly try to comb the mirror. We struggle to change our jobs, our relationships, our bank accounts, or our health by manipulating the physical world alone. We work harder, we stress more, we force things, and when nothing changes, we feel like victims. But the law of the inner world is precise. The physical is the effect. The mental and spiritual are the cause. What you see in your life right now, your current circumstances, is simply a delayed report of your past thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. It is the printout of a document you wrote days, months, or years ago in the privacy of your mind. If you don't like the printout, there is no point in erasing the paper. You must go back to the computer and rewrite the code. Your thoughts and feelings are not just passive observations. They are catalysts. Every thought sends out an electrical signal. Every emotion acts as a magnetic force. Together, they form an electromagnetic signature that you are broadcasting to the world every single second. If you are broadcasting fear, lack, and judgment, the mirror of reality has no choice but to reflect situations that cause fear, lack, and judgment. It is not punishing you. It is simply validating your signal. Take a moment to reflect on this. Have you ever noticed that when you wake up in a bad mood, the whole day seems to conspire against you? The traffic is worse. The coffee spills. The emails are rude. We think it's bad luck. But what if it's just the mirror reflecting your energetic storm? I'd love to know what you think. Scroll down to the comments right now and type yes. If you have ever felt that your mood directly influenced how your day unfolded, let's see how many of us have experienced this synchronicity. This realization is not meant to make you feel guilty about your past struggles. On the contrary, it is the ultimate liberation. If the cause lies within you, then the power to change it also lies within you. You are not a leaf blowing in the wind of destiny. You are the wind. But to harness this power, we must understand how to access the control room. We must understand the language of the universe, which is not English or Spanish, but energy and vibration. In the next part of this video, we will explore how to use the backstage of your mind to select a new future before it even happens, using the principles of the invisible world to shape the visible one. If you are ready to stop being a reactor and start being a creator, hit that like button. It helps this message reach others who are waking up just like you. Now, let's go deeper. If life is a grand theater production, most of us spend our time sitting in the audience, critiquing the play. We complain about the script, we dislike the lighting, and we wish the actors would say different lines. But the true creator, the you that is more than just a body, does not belong in the audience. You belong backstage. This is where the principles of quantum physics intersect with spirituality. Science tells us that everything we see as solid matter is actually 99.999% empty space. It is energy vibrating at a specific frequency. There are essentially two worlds operating simultaneously, the visible world of effects and the invisible world of causes. Think of the invisible world as the quantum backstage, Here, the script hasn't been written yet. Here, all versions of your future exist simultaneously as pure potential. There is a version of you that is confident, a version that is wealthy, a version that is healed, and a version that remains stuck. How does one specific version make it from the backstage to the main stage? Attention and intention. When you observe an electron in a physics experiment, your active observation forces it to behave as a particle rather than a wave. In your life, your focused attention collapses infinite possibilities into a single reality. The problem is that most people are addicted to observing their current problems by obsessing over what is wrong, the lack of money, the loneliness, the pain. You are energetically voting for that reality to remain on stage. You are telling the quantum field, more of this please. This is where your brain comes in. It is essential to understand you are not your brain. Your brain is a piece of hardware, a biocomputer. You are the consciousness operating it. Neuroscience has proven a fascinating fact. The brain cannot distinguish between what is happening in the physical world and what is vividly imagined in the mind. If you close your eyes and mentally rehearse biting into a sour lemon, smelling the zest, feeling the texture, tasting the juiciest salivary glands will activate. Your body responds physically to a mental image. This is the key to hacking reality. When you visualize your goals not as a distant fantasy, but as a present memory, you begin to rewire your brain. You create new neural pathways. You literally change the hardware of your mind to match the software of your desires. But this is the crucial nuanced thought alone is not enough. You can think I am abundant 1,000 times a day. But if your body feels a tightness of anxiety and scarcity, the signal is mixed. The thought is the electrical charge, but the emotion is the magnetic charge. To mold reality from the inside out, you must marry the clear intention thought with the elevated emotion feeling. You must feel the gratitude of the wish already fulfilled. You must feel the relief of health before the cure arrives. You must feel the joy of love before the partner appears. This is the hardest part for the logical mind. The ego says, I will believe it when I see it. The spirit says, you will see it when you believe it. A question for you. I want you to be honest with yourself for a moment. How much of your day do you spend mentally rehearsing problems that haven't happened yet? We call this worrying, but it's actually negative visualization. Leave a comment below saying shift if you are ready to stop rehearsing failures and start rehearsing victories. When you shift your internal state, you change your broadcast signal. You stop tuning into the station of Struggle FM and start tuning into Opportunity FM. The music changes, the news changes, the reality changes. In the final part of this video, we will discuss specific practical ways to break the old loops of your personality and install this new operating system into your daily life. We are all narrators constantly telling ourselves a story. I am not good at math. Relationships are hard. I always have bad luck. These are not facts. They are spells you cast upon yourself. Catch yourself in the act. When you hear that inner voice reciting a limitation, say stop mentally. Then, rewrite the line. The change I am anxious to, I am excited about the unknown. Change. I am alone too. I am making space for the right connection. Words act as codes for the matrix of your reality. Choose them carefully. Finally, remember this. The physical world is dense. It moves slower than energy. When you plant a seed, you do not stomp on the ground the next day demanding to see the tree. You water it, you trust the process, and you wait. There is often a delay between your internal shift and the external change. This is the valley of faith. Most people give up here. They say I visualized for 3 days and nothing happened. Do not be like most people. Hold the vision. Trust that the roots are growing deep in the dark even if you can't see the sprout yet. You are more than your body. You are a consciousness capable of collapsing waves of possibility into particles of experience. The pen has always been in your hand. The script is yours to write. Don't just watch this video and go back to sleep. Take one concept from today, just one, and apply it. Test it. Be the scientist of your own life. If this message resonated with you, please subscribe to the channel. We are building a community of conscious creators, and your energy matters here. Share this video with someone who needs to remember their power. And one final request. In the comments, write down one old belief you are choosing to let go of today. Let's declare it publicly to seal the commitment. Thank you for watching. Remember, the world changes when you change.